Academy Award winners are on screen in a new movie based on a familiar story. Plus, a space thriller takes on the International Space Station, and it's all happening in Real Talk this weekend.
Yep, and here to let us know all about this is movie reviewer, my friend, and there's like 6 degrees of separation between us. It's amazing. Greg Russell, our favorite friend and movie reviewer. Let's start with the movie May, December, and this has Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman. Yikes.
I mean, two of the greatest out there. And like we said, the story's familiar. It's, even though it's not the story about Mary Kay Letourneau and her, situation back in the day, but it kind of is. It's a fictionalized story.
And so for viewers, that's like teacher-student relationship inappropriate.
Right, and just how, they got married, and in the movie, they're still married. So Natalie Portman wants to play her in a movie. So she goes to live with them to find out more about them. And what did you say about the movie earlier when I said that?
They are such amazing actresses, and you want to attach to some sort of humanity in both characters. But you can't.
That's
That bad? Oh my gosh.
Well, it's disturbing.
It is. It's very
So did
disturbing.
you see this?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. And I got to talk to the guy who played the guy in the movie, Charlie Melton. Here we go. Obviously, it's a story based off of a story that we all kind of knew, but it's just, kind of like fascinating. It's like all of us are on the outside just looking in the window of your family's house, along with this now great visitor.
Yeah. I mean, Sammy's fictional story, is essentially Elizabeth, Natalie Portman's character, as a method actress on this journey of seeking the truth without any sort of reservation about the people's lives. Gracie and Joe, she's infiltrating this glass globe of this Korean American Joe Atherton Yu, the father of 3, and this lady Gracie who makes pineapple upside down cakes. And we slowly start to see Joe acknowledge really what's been pre-verbal and has lived in his body for so long, this repression, this arrested development, the way that that's conditioned him. Sammy crafted such a complex character that gave me so much room to explore emotions, identity, and just the effects of certain scenarios, of certain circumstances, and how that would just translate into an individual.
This sounds really complicated.
Yeah.
It is.
You've got to definitely be in the mood.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll put it to you that way.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
And Charles was great too.
Oh, he was.
He transformed because clearly he was a male model,
Okay.
but he looks like a middle-aged guy.
Right.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
So all you're saying is we have to be in the mood.
For the most part, or, already have it in your mind what you may think you're going to see.
All right. So how many reels
It's
for
a
this
4
one?
for the acting. I mean,
Okay.
my goodness, as John knows, it was just marvelous. I mean, the things that they were doing and the things they were portraying.
There's a reason why Walt Disney Company didn't produce this movie.
I'm waiting for them to give up a little bit more tea. I think I have to watch this now
Oh, you
because
have
I've
to.
seen it as I've been scrolling.
Okay.
I'll check back in with both of you then. So now let's move on to a movie that tells a fictional story on board an International Space Station. And now this one is a thriller.
Oh, it is. It's all about, you've got an American crew and a Russian crew up in the space station. Everybody's getting along fine. All of a sudden, on Earth, Russia and the U.S. go to war. So they both get calls from their, leaders saying, you're going to have to do something about these other people because we're at war with them.
We're in space. We're together.
Right, we're in this room no bigger than what we are now. And so it's just intriguing about, all of a sudden what goes through your mind. I mean, your mind just gets all messed up. We got to talk to Adriana DuBois, who won the Academy Award for West Side Story. And here's what she and the director had to say about this film.
Okay.
You are literally in space, my friend.
I wanted to join in with you guys. I mean, just as we hover above the Earth and just try to figure out how would we actually survive that situation.
Real questions.
Right.
Gotta tell you, I mean, that was like just the weirdest thing because you're thinking there were like what 5 of you up there, and or 6 or so, and
Yeah.
next thing you know, I'm supposed to now not like you or take you over. You're supposed to take me over, and where do we have to go? Yes.
You know, I think that's what made the film so compelling to me when I first read the script. When you put 6 people in a small space with these extraordinary circumstances, you know, and these are a group of people who are united through science and their love of the cosmos and discovery, right? And they are not inherent enemies. And this one thing that happens and it changes everyone's stakes. And so what is that boundary line of humanity, and when is humanity set aside so that they truly just become soldiers, right? You know, when you're given a directive, when do you adhere to the boundary of your humanity and just take orders?
It is very much something that could happen. We have all sorts of incredibly valuable, you know, research being done in all sorts of places, and including the ISS. And so it is valuable. It is hot, and you know, like, this is a commodity.
This is another one that's layered. And I have my thoughts of how I would handle it. Like, I'm sure everyone will after they see it. So
Where's the parachute? No,
we're about to all
You
get
can't.
along. We're in
Right.
space.
Yeah, so is it like patriotism versus your humanity, right?
Yeah, and that's what happens where they all do like each other, but their governments are telling them not to. And what do you
Take
do
them
in this?
out. Oh,
Right,
that's-
little space.
So how many
How
reels?
intriguing. 4.
Four
Because
for this
this
one.
one you will. It'll pull you right in. You'll want to see it all the way to the end.
Well, and finally,
Yes.
with the Lions playing on Sunday, we thought it would be fun to talk about
ready.
football, but
Yep.
specifically football movies. And you're going to share your 3 favorite movies about football.
That's right.
So which ones did you pick?
Let's see. I see we started out with The Replacements. Had to pick that because Keanu Reeves in it and Rita loves him. So no matter what, we had to take that movie.
There you go. Okay.
But it was him and Gene Hackman. That was when the Washington team went on strike in the middle of the season. So they had to do something because they were going to the playoffs. They brought in some replacements who wound up doing better than the real team. So that caused conflicts when the real guys wanted to come back.
Yeah.
But funny movie and always just a fun one to watch.
Okay, all right.
What's your favorite football movie? How about Brian's song?
Oh, yeah. Billy
Came
D.
up with
Williams.
one.
I love Brian
So-
Piccolo.
so-
Brian Piccolo was a friend of mine.
That was a good one, John. I was like, favorite football movie? I like football documentaries. I just saw one about some quarterbacks. That was really interesting.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Because we also have Necessary Roughness, another
Okay.
funny movie.
Okay.
The team in Texas, they get replaced by replacements because they all flunked out or whatever the year before.
Okay.
And it's got one of the best lines from Jason Bateman. How many timeouts do we have, Coach? 3. Can we take them all now? So
It's funny.
on now to the next one. Since you like documentaries,
I do.
The Paper Lion.
Oh.
Came out in 1968, based off of a story written by George Plimpton in 1966, where he went to spring training with the actual Detroit Lions.
Oh, wow.
And the thing is, he was going to play one set of downs during the preseason. The most interesting thing is just watching them during practice. We all see how, you know, athletes or football players practice now, all the stuff they do. Back then, it was sit-ups, push-ups, eat all this great food, and have a drink and a smoke, and kick back and wait for the game to start.
Oh, times have changed.
Oh, yeah.
That's a classic. Did Alex Karras have anything to do with that?
He was in the movie, and he and George Plimpton became such good friends. Alex even named his son after him.
Well, that
I'm
sounds like good
surprising you
friends.
today,
You
aren't
are.
I?
I'm flabbergasted.
I'm not as
You're
dumb as I
impressive. You're
look.
not dumb at all. You got layers, John. Just like these movies. All right, Greg, where can people see more of your interviews?
Just go to movieshowplus.com. We've got more interviews there, more fun stuff, even giveaways. So come and check us out.
Greg, thank you so much.
Thank you.